I wanted to talk about the documentary coming out, Tiger Woods, and the skyrocketing prices of his cards. His base card, 2001 Upper Deck Golf, Gem Mint 10, are going for around $1,300 now. Dan bought one in October for $330. So in less than 3 months, 90 days, that $300 card that Dan bought is now going for $1,200 to $1,300. Just because this doc is coming out, which is crazy to me. I know what happened with Jordan, but can we replicate what happened with Jordan's cards with Tiger's cards? And you also have the new golf set coming out from Upper Deck, which they haven't made a golf set in several years. So there is going to be some hype behind cards for golf. What do you think? Tiger Woods, is he the greatest of all time? Is he the Michael Jordan of golf?
Yeah, absolutely.
My answer is always going to be yes. He have tie, bro.
There's nobody better.
But I'm also looking at, like what we mentioned before, the overall pop report on that is 21,000. There's 9,000 PSA 10s of that card. They're not numbered. They made a lot of them.
But they also didn't make like a ton of golf releases.
True.
So it's not like with basketball you have like
Chronicles,
Optic and you have
yeah.
Select, and you have Prism, and you have regular Donruss flagship. This is the one and only as far as like the true rookie card.
Yep.
It's SP Authentic, right?
No, this one's Upper Deck Golf.
Okay. I think there might also be an SP Authentic rookie card.
There is, but the SP Authentic autos numbered to $9.99 are known as like the true rookie. So in comparison to like a Bowman First or a Optic auto or a Prism auto, that's what people value that at. And those are like 50, 60K, and they're numbered out of 1,000 basically.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a Tiger Woods autograph, that is the one that everybody wants. But I'm just wondering, because I know Michael Jordan, there was rumors of him being, shed in a bad light, that, it's going to show how much of an a-hole he was. We can kind of say the same thing about Tiger Woods, right? I mean, he's had a lot of issues. He's had those trips in Vegas with those girls, and, his getting beat up by his lady, and the window smashed, and the DUI he had when he was on meds and stuff like that. So, do you think any of that's going to affect him negatively, where people are like, you know what, I don't want his cards? What do you guys think?
I could see that happening. Like, I would say if they're making a documentary, it's going to probably be more good than bad, right?
You would think.
They got to cover both sides, but
You could have said the same thing about the Jordan, though. Like, there could have been some worse stuff they said about Jordan.
Yeah, there was actually anything that bad in there.
Wasn't.
But there is some stuff about Jordan that's questionable.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do the documentary and talk too much about that. So I think this documentary is going to fall in line where it's going to be 95% great, and then maybe a little like 5% of the stuff that wasn't great.
So in that case, I don't think it's going to affect people's opinions.
Not negatively. I mean, obviously Jordan was in that documentary. Jordan probably wouldn't have been in if he would have known. They would have exposed a lot of the gambling issues he had and stuff like that. If Tiger Woods is in this documentary doing interviews, I'm pretty sure he was like, "What are you going to talk about? I'm not going to be in it if it's a smear show, right?" So I'm sure it's going to be more positive. How his dad taught him when he was playing golf when he was 3, Stanford, all that stuff, right?
I can almost guarantee you it's going to be positive.
Yeah. So, yes, and we had a question in the chat. Is Upper Deck the only one that can make Tiger Woods cards? Yes. Mm-hmm. At least autographs for sure. He is an Upper Deck exclusive athlete, just like LeBron James, just like Michael Jordan, just like Wayne Gretzky, just like Serena Williams, and there's probably I think Connor McDavid as well, mostly all the hockey guys as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know. I think most people that I've talked to, including everybody in the chat, saying sell now at this price, but this is the most iconic golfer of all time, and I don't think he's going to get knocked off anytime soon. So it's really hard to say. Are you going to buy? Are you going to sell?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a massive drop-off anytime soon of Tiger Woods rookie cards. It may go down a little bit, once the hype dies down after the documentary. But he's one of those guys where if he's the one of the greatest or arguably the greatest at whatever sport it is, that's gonna be an iconic card regardless. So.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, that's a crazy jump though, from 300 to 1200
in 2 months.
Yeah, that's a crazy jump. So there's room in there for it to come down some after all the hype goes away. But yeah,
you bought that, and I was like, man, people have a Tiger Woods card. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I was just following it now, and it falls in line with what Gary Vee said. Gary Vee came out and said alternative cards are going to start to sell, and this is an alternative card.
Isn't there that Sports Illustrated card?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
which came in like the Sports Illustrated for Kids like magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Those, if they grade well, I think people consider those his first actual card, and those go for a lot of money.
Yeah, Tiger Woods Sports Illustrated for Kids. That's the one, right?
Yeah, I mean that's it.
There's several versions of it, but yeah, that's the one I remember growing up as the one that people talked about was the Sports Illustrated one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see highest first. Let's see if there's a 10. But it's got the serrated edges, right? So you have to kind of because it comes in one sheet when you get your Sports Illustrated. Yeah, it looks like a 9 sold for $3,400. So
that's pretty good.
So for a Sports Illustrated card,
that is pretty good.
I think there's some other guys that have Sports Illustrated cards. Like I think it was Roger Federer has a Sports Illustrated for Kids card that does pretty well. But when we talk about alternative cards, I think there was a Mike Tyson that just sold for like $50K or something crazy like that. So people are starting to go towards like tennis. Then we got Lewis Hamilton and racing. And so it's like the major sports, this industry's getting so crazy that people are like, well, the major sports are all too expensive. So I'm going to start buying like racing guys. I'm going to start buying boxing guys. So it's not out of the realm for cornhole guys to start selling, which I talked about in the past. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this just crazy about what's going down right now?
It makes sense. It makes sense that people are finding other sports to get into, because there is there's always these, like MMA and stuff. We always call it a very niche. NASCAR was very niche, but there's opportunity there for growth. I think
when does NASCAR pop off?
I know, right? There's a lot of stars in NASCAR.
Formula One's going to come out of the gate. It's going to be super hot.
Yep. Well,
Formula One. What kind of product is it?
Formula One. They're doing Chrome. They're doing actually. I think it's Dynasty first.
Dynasty.
And then,
Formula One.
And then it's Dynasty, then Chrome.
Damn.
And it's gonna be the first Lewis Hamilton Chromes. It's gonna be insane. So, yeah, if you haven't heard about it yet, look up Lewis Hamilton. Even so Topps produced a Topps Now card, which was technically his first one. And they were selling, I believe, for $9.99. You could buy as many as you wanted forever, and I think they're going for like $200 or $300 now. It's crazy.
Dang.